Definitely see the first one before you see the second one. Had to finish my sentence.
Yeah. Crack him if you got him.
Take that, AdSense.
I'm like instantly out of breath now. What is going on, boys? Hey,
What up? What up?
you guys know what's going on here? His third appearance, isn't it?
Third appearance.
You're not gonna go on a crazy rant again, are you? We have been reached out about that.
Run, yes. Crazy, no.
Yeah.
Well, we are back with the Dallas Cowboys CanFan podcast. As you guys know, the IG, Dallas Cowboys CanFan, fastest growing Canadian Instagram entertainment page. I don't know if it's a meme page, entertainment, sports. I don't know. It's kind of just a clusterfuck of shit. AJ, where can you find us on the YouTube?
Yeah, make sure you go follow us on Instagram there, and then also search us on YouTube for the time being.
49. We only need 49 more subs till we have our own fucking URL.
That's right.
But we are
51.
But we are the number one Dallas Cowboys podcast out there.
Cool, Canadian.
No! Don't start tarnishing that. We are the number one Dallas Cowboys.
You just don't know it
podcast.
yet.
Yeah, you just don't know yet. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, search Dallas Cowboys CanFan, and right now that'll bring you to our page. And then you subscribe. And once we hit 100, we'll actually have a URL that you can.
We're gonna do our shirtless episode.
And if you're watching this right now, like us.
Yeah, like the
just
video
do it all.
Well. Do everything.
Do
you know what
all
to do.
the things
It's
that
not
you're
your
supposed
first
to do.
time on YouTube.
Yeah, you know how
idiot.
much time we just spent 2 minutes
listening to it. Just
Yeah, it's so easy. I'm guilty for it. But anyway, Steve, it's great to have you back on.
who reached out?
Reached out about you?
Do I have fun? Do I have fans?
Yeah, yeah, lots. I had to, hate mail. I wouldn't say fans.
All mail is good mail. Wait, I just heard it.
Everybody,
changing it.
everyone needs to be everyone needs a villain. So I like it. The UK villain. So Bandwagon Boyz, how you guys doing? What are you guys fidgeting over there?
Adam's fixing the camera, but I think he actually just wanted to show off his new piece of memorabilia. Can't say it.
Oh, memorabilia.
Yeah.
So top right is a nice official Dallas Cowboys hat.
Look at that.
Where'd you get that?
As a bandwagon boy, you know I have to have all my team's hats.
Where'd you get that hat?
I got it when I was in Dallas when the Cowboys beat the Eagles.
Was that the overtime game?
Yep.
When Amari Cooper had 3 TDs?
Yep.
Fuck, that was a good game.
Guess
That would have been
what?
so good to be at.
I got it on camera too.
Did you?
Just to make sure that I was there.
That's sweet.
That would have been so good. Tell me about it.
Yeah, just I get Ad to call me like late at night. So tell me about that time you beat them in overtime. Just tell me about it again.
How did you feel about me when I would send you those photos of me in the box seats?
You know what? I've never really been
why-
jealous of you in life, but and I wasn't even really jealous. I just wanted to hit you, kind of.
Explain it a little bit more. What are you talking about there?
We got to go on this trip.
Not you.
I got to go on this trip. I was filming this group of people that went down. They got this experience, this Dallas Cowboys road to the Super Bowl experience. So it was
Short road.
It's still on it. They're still on that road.
well, it wasn't specifically. It was the event. Samsung was taking the people to Dallas, so it wasn't them following that team.
And you were doing this for work, like you were working.
Yeah. So I got paid to go, and I got paid to be in a stadium at club level.
That's
seats.
pretty sweet.
Probably
Not bad.
never ever get to do it again. But
Hey, no, when we get media passes, we're gonna be on the field.
yeah, well, we're not going to get media passes when the two of you or the three of you even are so doubtful of us not being the number one Dallas Cowboys podcast. I keep saying Canadian podcast, but let's just say we are the number one Dallas Cowboys podcast out
Fucking
there.
pencil it in. I like it. So what do we got going on? I mean, it's kind of a big week because the Cowboys are back on the field.
That's right.
OTA started up.
OTA started up, and there was an article released on what website?
Well, and you know what? Just for the record, I
Bandwagon
did
Boyz.
Google what was an OTA.
Awesome.
over the
And what was the answer?
Off-season team activities.
There you go. Hey,
So they
you're
go to-
learning.
What do? They go bowling. They go to Pizza Hut together.
Paintballing.
paint,
You know
paint
what?
a house.
I bet you they do paintball. I bet you they do paintball.
That would be awesome.
But
anyways.
some of the positives and a few negatives, I kind of scrolled through it. I mean, the biggest one, I'm just going to say right off the hop, Dak Prescott's back on the field. That right there, he was out there throwing the ball. That's fucking huge. Because when you saw his leg there last October, I mean, you don't really know if he's ever going to come back at that moment. Like a compound fracture in your leg, I mean, there's a lot of questions in the air when that happens. So that right there is huge for OTAs. Like as far as OTAs go, they're usually, they're not that important, but to have Dak back out there practicing and throwing is pretty huge.
And, sorry, this is just pulling up I wanted to show that comparison just while you're bringing up the leg thing.
Oh, with Heisman.
Yes, but this is the blog that you were just talking about or referencing is bloggingtheboys.com.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him either. And it's by Tom Ryle BTB.
Sweet. So what do they have to say about it? Like, I'm kind of interested. I mean, you can't really take too much from fucking OTAs, man.
No, but this is the start of the storm of NFL news,
which is sweet. Like it's pretty sweet that there's football happening. They've basically everyone's cleared of coronavirus shit. Like they're not in. I think if they have the shots, as long as they have the shots done, they don't have any restrictions or restrictions.
The restrictions have all been lifted.
All the restrictions are lifted.
Okay, get fucked.
I know what you're saying though. The
restrictions.
Do you know what he's saying?
This is going on Bow and Apple tea.
First positive here is just Mike McCarthy is getting his first real offseason program.
Yeah, that's actually big too. I mean, but you can't really. I guess you can kind of say that's a big thing because a lot of coaches that maybe were on the third or fourth year with the team have a little bit more continuity with teams. But as it was McCarthy's first year last year, this will be big to have the team the whole offseason. You know,
there is something to be said about like when did McCarthy come in to coach then?
Last year was his first year. Like he was hired prior, but with all the coronavirus shit, there was no off. There was no OTAs. There was no. There was training camp, but there was no other off-season activities. It basically was they went into training camp.
Well, we'll see. The positivity is there. The thing about the NFL and any sort of like once you get to that top. I think I might have made this point before, but that little bit of excellence to get better than the next opponent, and that might have been what it was that like is necessary. Obviously, a coach requires any time they can because the OTAs have been significantly restricted since the last 10 years, or probably are going to continually be more and more restricted, right?
Totally. Like in regards with they're not hitting, they're not in full pads. It's basically just like helmets and shorts, right? That's what OTAs are. But while we're talking about Mike McCarthy, I actually ran a poll because I'd read an article about Mike McCarthy being on the hot seat. Or the number one coach on the hot seat. I thought it was a little. I just read that. Did you read that?
Yeah.
I thought that was a little unfair. So I wanted to run a poll. Like it's this is the NFL we live in now, right? Like the guy's fucking second year and he's on the hot seat. Like But so I
lost his fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
the whole seat for a large chunk of the season.
So I ran a poll asking, is Mike McCarthy on the hot seat? And like I think it was 75% said yes.
What?
And I'm just like. Really, guys? You got to give the guy, I say, at least 3 years for a coach, unless he's like terrible.
Look, especially after the previous coach, how long?
Garrett?
How long Garrett was in town? I didn't think Garrett was bad. I think he just like was just a cog in the Jerry Jones wheel.
Oh, he was. He 100% was.
So
I don't think it helped that he just has one of the most punchable fucking faces.
Oh man,
on the planet.
It's like. Really? Dak Prescott throws an interception to end the game, and it goes over to that fuck stick, and he's clapping.
Let's look at him.
Just get him clapping on there.
What's his first name?
Jason Garrett. Get him. It'll probably be a picture of him clapping.
Oh, look at it. Oh,
is this the face?
There,
isn't it though?
That's a punchable face.
I mean, he used to be a quarterback, though, right?
He's backed up for.
He
backed up for Troy Aikman. He actually won a Super Bowl with the Cowboys.
And I screwed Adam's ability to show the face that we're laughing at.
Well, we can see it.
He's squeezing it out of this angle, but I left my lappy at home, so thanks for bringing yours
no worries.
so I could use it, Anth.
I mean, you're just ruining the production on set, but that's okay.
Yeah, well.
I mean, the funny thing about
real.
The funny thing is if you watch the Hard Knocks, was it Hard Knocks that followed the Dallas Cowboys?
Well,
All or
yeah,
nothing.
they had Hard Knocks, but it wasn't him, and then it was All or Nothing.
So an All or Nothing followed.
He's actually kind of likable in it.
Yeah, but there was at the end of a practice, it would be they would play the trash can game, and he played against Dak, and he won in terms of accuracy.
Yeah, but that was like Dak's second year in the league. Like, Dak's.
I'm just saying, JG
he did beat him.
JG has some arm and some fireability there.
Some swag.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough talk about Jason fucking Garrett.
Yeah. Hey, Jason.
I don't even know. Anyways, we're back to the point I was making. Cowboys Nation's jumping on the fact that a coach that didn't have a starting quarterback, didn't have a bunch of starting offensive linemen they went 6 and whatever. What did they go 6-10, and he's already on the hot seat. Like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
You know what? I think a lot of it is probably people just wanting to write about the Cowboys because of the clicks. So let's bring.
Well, it's a big market, so they want clicks.
Like there's
let's
other,
create something or make something up.
Yeah,
because we need traffic.
But I have 3,000 real followers. And out of those 3,000 people, 75% of them, obviously not all 3,000 voted, 75% of the people that did voted agreed.
So what was the reasoning for that then?
wow.
Because they're just it's just how it is nowadays.
Everyone wants that by the
I see what
things
you're
that they
saying.
read in the media, or that's their own opinion.
Or everyone just needs that instant gratification that if they're not on the way to the Super Bowl, that the guy should be on the hot seat, which I think.
But then you change coaches every year, and you never get
exactly.
anywhere, right?
I think you need at least 3 years.
But it's the same thing with QBs.
Yep.
That there's no time anymore.
No, everyone needs
3 years.
instant. Everyone needs instant.
I think what you want to see, and look, the way that I think people are looking at it on the poll is, not the coach. It's like the Super Bowl has not happened, or we've not been to the Super Bowl for whatever 2 decades.
Years. Yeah.
So it's not about like, okay, let's give this coach another 5 years. It's he's on the hot seat because we need to win
Now
it's like I've been waiting for 25 years for this to happen.
Yep.
Not, I don't really care who it is in place. And I'm not saying that's fair or not, but that's like the mentality. I think I wouldn't say that Jerry Jones doesn't feel like that either. Although keeping Garrett around for so long.
Yeah, but there was something going on behind because
exactly
there was like obviously with Jason Garrett, he was just a puppet of Jerry Jones. Like he basically what Jerry wanted, Garrett did basically, and that's the perfect coach for Jerry Jones.
Was he?
How many seasons did Garrett head coach?
I think he was a head coach for 8 years, 8 to 10 years.
Was Garrett off the top of my head the Snoke to Jerry's Palpatine?
100% he was. 100%
Snoke, not Snope.
Snoke. What was it? What did they say?
Snoke. You said it's Snoke, but you said Snope. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I thought he said Snoke. But they went 8-8.
They look similar.
They went 8-8 3 years in a row. Like any other coach that does that anywhere is probably getting canned. You have 3 seasons of 8-8 in a row, like
mediocrity.
And at that point, they had pretty good teams.
Oh yeah, I know. And here's the other thing is that the team plays into it. Dallas has had a solid offense for I would say the last 3 years for sure.
Yep.
They've been a arguably top 12 offense on paper anyways, right? And maybe even higher than that. So regardless of how it actually worked out, I think that's maybe a lot of where the pressure comes from as well. If you have a trash offense, then it's like, okay, what is this? Is this coach? There's so much that happens behind the scenes, like you were just saying, that from one side is to look at it like the relationship between owner being able to manipulate coach, but there's also, we've kind of talked about quarterbacks who are continuously on teams. Well, they must provide something else that's more valuable than just their mediocre play for that upper level of professional football. They must bring something else to a team that other teams say, yeah, we'll bring this guy on as our third string, pay him $2 million. And there's guys who've made careers off that. So
well, and the main thing with Mike Nolan, I was just reading Mike Nolan on the screen there. Mike McCarthy is, like you said, he is an offensive coach, and Dallas on paper has a pretty decent offense. So if they do struggle out of the gate, I hope they don't, because it's just going to be the media sensation around it. It's just going to be brutal.
But if Jerry Jones gave Garrett 8 to 10 years or whatever without winning a Super Bowl. Why would he be in the hot seat now after one season? That doesn't make sense.
Because they have the highest paid quarterback, the highest paid running back, one of the highest paid wide receivers.
Right, but obviously the Cowboys is the most valuable sports team in the world for any sport is the Cowboys.
Oh, I honestly...
He's obviously making money,
yeah.
Jerry Jones. He's not interested in the money aspect. He wants the Super Bowl. So if he gave Garrett 8 to 10 years, why would McCarthy be in the hot seat after 1 year? That doesn't make sense.
I don't think he is.
No, well, exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
Is.
Why is it saying it on the screen
because
there?
Because click art, like you guys already said, people are more likely to click on an article like that than anything else.
There's other quarterbacks who are way higher. I don't know if it was a list of quarterbacks and they threw McCarthy
coaches
on there, or sorry, a list of X. Yeah,
Mike McCarthy and a coach or a quarterback, and would be fucking funny to see.
I'm living the dream.
So this is a big positive out of OTAs. Dan Quinn appears to be very different than Mike Nolan, which is, I fucking hope so. Like, that's the defensive coordinators right now. Mike Nolan was dog shit.
Didn't Quinn step in at a practice and fill in for a player? I thought I heard that, like...
No, I think that was Dan Richard, years ago.
Not in the game, just at a practice. Yeah.
I don't think it was Dan Quinn.
Move over, guys. Yeah, I think, well, look, change is just basically what happened. They went through, they kept the same team, they changed the coaching staff over.
Defense is a little bit different.
Well, sure, yeah. Well, they've just added a bunch, but I guess the core elements of the team. I actually don't know who the core players on the defense are, to be quite honest.
You better,
hang on a minute. The last time I was here,
no.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, let's try. Can you guys name?
And then you said, "Oh, we'll give you a few weeks or whatever." So yeah,
this is good. Okay, so name 10. You can use the same ones that you used.
Okay,
Jerry Jones,
and
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, you can, and now you can say guys from the draft.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that's 2.
Zeke,
Jalen Smith.
Yeah, 3.
Ezekiel Elliott.
4.
Oh man,
Amari Cooper 5.
Amari Cooper. And Steve was here last time too, and you helped us out.
That's
Jabril.
So we're at
Jabril what?
Cox.
Yeah, 6.
Okay, there we go, baby. Got it.
I'm writing them down.
Come on, think receivers. You guys need
Van Der Esch.
Kate, there you go. You got 7.
Come on.
You said
receivers. There's CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
yep,
8.
my boy.
And then we got who do we got backing up? Oh, the most underrated running back in the NFL.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about it last time.
You guys
Pollard.
Yeah, Tony
There
P.
we go, baby.
You need one more.
Tony Pollard. Fuck that guy.
This is good.
TP and let's come on. Shoot,
Come on.
Jarvis?
No, not Jarvis Landry. He's from the Cleveland Browns.
The second round pick.
I read this fucking article too, and I was looking at the names, and I was
I'm thinking of a guy that I'm surprised you guys don't have because he's going to be big in fantasy. He's a receiver.
Galladay? No.
Close. Kind of close.
Galloway.
No. You're almost there. Steve, I'm pretty sure.
Galahad.
No, I'm pretty sure you said his name last time.
Did I?
Yeah.
Kenny Golladay?
No.
Oh.
It's Gal.
Oh, Wayne Gallman.
No. Come on,
What did I say
boys.
last time? I can't remember. I slept since then. I don't know.
Come on, you guys. You need one fucking
We need
more.
one player,
Gallup.
dude.
Gallup.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
okay, so I thought we said Gallup.
No,
Okay,
you
well,
said-
that's
so. There
fair.
you go. You got 10. Good job, guys. Next time it's 20.
Wait, how many's on the team?
But then you got to name 20 too.
I could name 20.
Okay, right now, boom, hit it.
I have to name 10 more.
No. Well,
We'll do this another time.
We'll do this another time.
No. Gauntlet's been thrown down. 10 more people.
10
Come on,
more.
right now.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Fuck. I hate being in the spot here.
Yeah.
You said Jalen Smith already.
Yep.
Oh, I don't trust you.
Neville Gallimore. Tyrone Smith.
There was another gal.
Yeah.
Lael Collins. Connor McDaniels.
To be quite
he's doing pretty
honest,
good.
none of us
Yeah.
are like we're not.
John Michael. I just start making up names. It's tough. It's tough when you're on the spot. Hey.
Yeah, it's tough when we're on the spot. I definitely think that if we'll know who our fans are by them actually listening to 20 minutes into this podcast.
We're 20 minutes in already. This is fine.
And two, it gives us some homework to do. Yeah. I think I definitely will. You know what? I will buy. But what episode is this? 12. By episode 20, I'll be able to recite the entire lineup.
It'll be a lot easier too once you're watching games, right? Like.
And also once the team is settled.
And once fantasy's back and you got to choose.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
I mean, off season, who knows who's going there? Everything's like a sliding scale.
Exactly right.
It is.
I think that we would use this as this should be like instead of the Wonderlust test or whatever. Wonderlick that they do for the combine or the draft, when we should do like a
have to name them.
Or no, just like a Cowboys trivia.
Well, that's what most people will, if you call yourself a fan, they'll make you call out the lineman, and that's like a test to see if you're a fan or not. Which we did to you, Anth Best, and you nailed it. So we won't do it again. Nope. Since we've chewed up 20 minutes of the episode talking about fucking Cowboys, people that the Bandwagon Boys don't know.
So what's on next? Fuck OTAs. I mean, really, we've kind of...
Let's just hit this one negative. There's just this one negative.
But hang on a second. Yep. We never established, like, what constitutes an actual OTA?
They get together and they'll run 7-on-7, or they'll just run... Dak will throw to receivers. They'll do defensive drills. It's basically like a walkthrough before a game.
Yeah, but it is culture building too. Like they'll watch film together.
It's just to get the team.
And having Dak on the field has got to be a boost to the rest of the players, right?
Oh,
so
fucking
that's
right.
Going to be like, that's huge, getting together and being able to
totally
get him to throw the ball to you. That's huge for the other players on the team, right? So.
Do you think any of the players said, "Yeah, you better make up for that money there, Dak"? Like, you better be no.
No,
do you think anybody calls it out?
No, because the way the NFL's going, any start quarterback's gonna have this much more money than the rest of them, right? So, and it should be. So I don't think any of them say that. I think they'd get in shit, honestly, if they were fucking calling out. He's the leader of the team. You don't go calling out the fucking leader of the team for his new contract.
I mean, you do if you want to play somewhere else.
Yeah, if you want to play somewhere else.
Shouldn't be taking all that money.
Hey, Dak, how's the foot?
Hey, Braj, how's that foot, Braj?
I have a good answer for what an OTA is for you.
Okay.
It's the movie montage part of like a sports movie. It's like
it's the scene in Remember the Titans when Coach Boone takes them to the Gettysburg
graveyard.
Graveyard.
Or field, battlefield.
Scene,
and they're doing 2-a-days.
I would take Coach Boone over Mike McCarthy, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nice, crack it.
It's also very. It could be also equivalent to the scene in Top Gun, the volleyball scene, where it's just the boys out playing some ball together. You know,
which is on a permanent loop in my head.
Oh yeah.
I play it for the body inspiration. Okay.
Completely off topic, but last night when I was at the drive-in movie theater, they played a preview for the original Top Gun because I guess they're going to be playing it there. So it was like we were waiting, and it was like the original trailer.
Well, because this summer their Top Gun 2 Maverick is coming out.
No, but I think they're just playing that there. I think they're just playing the original one.
Well, I mean, that's sweet though too, man. Top Gun's a great flick.
Yeah, it's just so funny to see how trailers.
I watch that every day.
Fuck yeah!
When I was a kid.
So you went into the military? Did you want to be a pilot?
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot. Wanted to be a fighter pilot because I was big into Top Gun.
Couldn't because your eyes?
No, too tall.
Too tall. Oh yeah. I guess.
So really? Wait! For us short guys here, how tall do you have to be to be a fighter pilot?
Yeah. You'd be okay.
No, his eyesight, he'd be fucked.
I got laser eye surgery, so guess who has 20/20
Not only his eyesight, then you got to think of his intelligence, and then
let's take the test right now, motherfucker.
I knew upon leaving school that it wasn't a viable fucking, so I joined the army instead.
Considering like fucking fighter pilots go on to be astronauts, like you got to be pretty damn smart to be a.
Yeah, you do.
Because you have to.
You have to go to college and get A levels and all that stuff.
Aerodynamics and crazy physics.
It's too much.
Too much. Just give me a gun and let me go shoot shit.
Well, I was a tank mechanic.
Oh, that's even cool. That's pretty sweet.
Give me a big gun and let me drive over some shit.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, that's right up Dallas Cowboys alley.
Yeah, big tanks and shoot shit.
And
America,
baby. You know, that's one thing. Okay, so you went to what movie did you go see in the drive-in? Because in Canada here, we're not fully open in theaters yet.
Quiet Place 2.
Nice. Good.
Good.
A+?
I'd give it a
Anth
solid
just
8.5.
Anth walked into it and then went and sat in someone's.
Hey, can I hop in?
Excuse me?
I'm like, you guys are sitting in the back anyways. Can I just hop in the front? Like,
It's just spread on the hood. Can you turn it up? Turn it up,
Turn
please.
it up.
Hey, who's got
window.
the popcorn?
Crack
Popcorn,
window,
baby.
come
Who's
on.
got the popcorn?
great popcorn, by the way. So, anything else you want to say about OTAs here? Or
All I have to say is they say the negative is all the new blood, and I think that's just whatever. I think it could be a positive, like getting a bunch of new.
You know, I think it's a positive for next season. I think that I mean, obviously, it's
then they're not new blood. Then they're vets.
Exactly.
yeah,
But I don't think it's a bad thing. That I just think that if they can post a good season this year, when we post a good season this year,
boom.
Then it'll definitely benefit that core of team going through it together as like new guys, rookies. There's like a sense of it's like an extra sense of bonding. I think
You're right there because they draft. There's going to probably be at least I'd say 4 to 6 defensive rookies that make the team, which is pretty high, right?
Yeah.
Because they drafted basically all defense. So, like you said, if a couple of them end up being good, they get to start off all at rookies by year 3. They're fucking hitting stride.
Well,
so
I mean,
it could be a bad thing maybe for this year, but a positive. Long term.
The biggest thing is getting that kind of that team bond and them getting and working and gelling together, because that defensive core, if you're all rookies, most defensive, you're not going to have like a middle linebacker chum it up with someone on offense, like a wide receiver. Like they'll hang out and they'll be cool, but most of the times on a team, you're kind of hanging out with your positional people because you're spending a lot of time with each other. So
in meetings and
so I just think that
team drills.
I think it'll be a good thing. Team rooks.
It's also a new defensive coordinator, so it's.
That's probably what he wants.
Yeah,
he wants
exactly,
like this is their first pro style defense to learn.
I'll make them my own.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to put a bet on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I do it every year.
Wow.
I throw $100 down every year. Yeah.
I'm going to do it this year.
$100. If you put $100 bet down, I think their odds right now are like I don't know. Would it be 200?
Bandwagon boys are frozen.
Oh, you know what? We're definitely. I think this podcast we should all pony up a hundo.
Well, that's the thing. If we all put $100 in and they end up making the Super Bowl, well, now you pay to go to the Super Bowl, and if they win the Super Bowl, it's basically paid for.
Where is the Super Bowl this year?
Well, yeah,
do we know yet?
Where is it?
Oh shoot!
They do know.
Hush falls over the crowd.
I'm going to say.
Let me.
I'm going to say Los Angeles.
Oh, the new stadium? Yeah, that'd be cool. A new stadium.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Or even
SoFi
Vegas.
Stadium.
Yeah, that's
SoFi
LA.
Stadium in Cali. And then
Boom,
it goes back.
son, called it, bitches.
And then I believe
Remember-
2023, is back at Vegas, or they haven't announced it.
Remember we flew down
Arizona.
to Cali? No, when was it? 2019.
Yeah,
And
November
they were
2019.
They were just
half
talking
built,
about it.
kind of. No,
Yeah.
they was
Oh,
half
no,
built.
no.
Remember you flew in and it was
Yeah, you
half
could-
built.
you
It's
could
like,
see
oh
it.
shit, that's going to be fucking
You couldn't
sweet.
go to the game, couldn't watch a game yet. There.
I mean, I think regardless, we should probably do a Cali trip for Super Bowl and do coverage.
Yeah, even if we're not. Yeah.
Look, Cowboys are actually not. They're up there in odds.
the
They're
odds?
not.
What's the odds? You passed it.
right here?
So it's
I don't know how to read
$100 pays you out 2,800.
So you got 28. You can be wrong for 27 years straight.
Yeah,
if those odds.
Yeah, that's
stay.
what I mean. That's why I put $100 on it every year. I mean, I've lost now since like $1,100. But I mean, all I have to do is hit once.
Hey, once and I'm back in the money, baby. Woo! All right. Oh God, sorry guys. Garrett makes his revival.
I almost threw my fucking nude at the screen.
Okay, where is JG coaching now? Is he anywhere?
He's offensive coordinator in New York, isn't he?
Yeah, for the Giants. He went to enemy territory. That cunt. Bitch. Am I allowed to say the C word? I think that's the first time I've ever dropped the C word.
Because Steve's
That's a very
beside you.
cuntish thing to do.
Okay, now it's been
strong.
said. Now it's been said done twice, so it's normal.
Now it's vernacular. Now it's regular vernacular here.
So another big conversation that's been tossed around the NFL, and I think sports in general, is should the star players, and in this case quarterbacks, when we're talking a National Football League, Sounded like a Russian there a little bit.
Yeah.
My AstraZeneca is kicking in. No,
AstraZeneca?
I don't know what it is. No. So, should quarterbacks have a say in their team? Just to go through this year, Rodgers. They should have a say in their team, but with the decision making, Rodgers, that was a big thing about him is, and the conflict that's been going on with Green Bay is, okay, where's my offense? Or that's kind of like, I don't know if he's actually ever really said it, but he's not ever said anything against it, I'm sure.
He alluded to it when he presented Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Against the front office. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So maybe that sparked it. And sorry, the next one is Russell Wilson went on the Dan Patrick show.
Okay, it was hard to hear Russell Wilson say it over him crying about not having offensive linemen. The fucking baby.
Wait, the guy runs for his fucking life.
Give a fuck.
He does.
16 games a season.
The reason he won a Super Bowl was because of this fucking defense and Marshawn Lynch. Like, get fucked.
He does scramble beautifully, though, man.
Just get rid of the ball.
Yeah, well,
get rid of the ball.
Plenty of practice.
I'd like to see how long he hangs onto the ball for.
But the one that they someone wrote an article or brought up in conversation. Should Dak Prescott have bigger say in the Cowboys' decision?
So we were kind of talking about it just before we got on air. Steve, you said yeah.
I think they should. Like these are the guys. Yeah, but these are the guys that they build their team around. They're their franchise player. Why would you piss off your franchise player?
No,
why wouldn't you give them a bigger say?
So I think
what we're saying is a bigger say.
That's what I'm gonna say. I think in regards to like play calls and like audibling, I think your star quarterback should have access to audible any play he wants.
Yeah,
He should also have a huge say in the plays that are going to get called that game and the game plan for the offensive game plan.
You think Russell Wilson would have thrown it on the fucking 1 yard line with Marshawn Lynch behind him?
He should have audibled that.
Well, it's the same thing with Rodgers. You think Rodgers would not have gone for it?
This is what gets lost. Russell Wilson could have fucking audibled that play. He got too scared and he went with what the coach called. He could have audibled it to a run. He also probably wanted to be the guy that threw the Super Bowl winning touchdown.
Yep.
So maybe he audibled to the... No, he didn't audible to the throw because you would have heard that.
Audible.
But he could have audibled out of that play.
Oil.
So
Oil.
what I think it all comes down to, like, obviously we're talking about your starting number one solid quarterback, not just the quarterback who's your team for the year.
Your franchise guy that's making a big chunk of the money from...
I think, and so I think part of it would be that I would, if I was a coach, I would think you always want to hear it, but I think what they're talking about is having what you're saying, Anth, about I would hope the OC, the offensive coordinator, would already have taken into the skills, but I don't think that's really what they're necessarily talking about. I think they're talking about like personnel.
Yeah. I don't think they should.
Firings.
I don't think they should.
I don't think they should. I mean, if you look at the end of the day, it is a business. They're there to make money and also to win motherfucking games.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you're not gonna go to your quarterback and be like, do you think we should hire this person for, like it's just not gonna. They should, out of common courtesy, I think that clip that you guys shared
I was just
with
gonna
Alex
say
Smith,
show that, run that clip.
like that
I haven't
one.
seen this. What is
that one is
this
speaks
is
the best. Out of common courtesy, you should just keep your quarterback in the know.
So I'll give Steve just a rundown. So Alex Smith was on what show was he on? He was on a show being interviewed, and they were talking about how Aaron Rodgers wasn't told that they were going to draft the quarterback in the first round. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So then someone asked Alex Smith, well, did they talk to you before they drafted Patrick Mahomes? And he was like, yeah, they 100% came up to me multiple times. We had that conversation.
Okay.
Now, so two things here. I hate Colin Cowherd, and that's who was on.
Why don't you just go to the Instagram? Because you're going to have to go through 19.
Because he can't, because it's on yours.
He could have I have the automatic login.
I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't know that it was in our chat.
Well, yeah, we watched it there.
I didn't know how it was shared.
Just don't click in any of my DMs.
Yeah, Anth accidentally sent me one of his late night pictures.
Just laying
It was
there,
aggressive.
just laying there eating Doritos naked.
Yeah. Who's up?
Covered in tay.
Covered in
I think I'm
crumbs.
going to have to get an Instagram
Right.
after this.
You need to get Instagram just so you can see those late night DMs from Anth Bess.
Is it this far back?
Yeah, it was I think so.
I mean, we chat. We're
chat
chat
too
boys.
much.
We're chat boys.
Yeah, we do. Holy
Steve, we need to get you in on this.
Is that it right there?
That was the OTAs.
There it is.
Here
There it is, right there.
Okay.
Crank that, soldier boy.
There we go. We might
A
have
silent hush.
It's inexcusable. It's absolutely, I think. What do you mean? How they ever got to this point. I mean, Aaron's been there 16 years, what he's given to that organization and been there. And for them, I think, to what happened last year during the draft, and I haven't talked to Aaron about this, so I don't want to put words in his mouth, but clearly to watch the interview and him talk about it's about the people. And it is, and Aaron's been there that long, and I don't think it was the fact that they drafted Jordan Love in the first round. I mean, I think it's the fact that you just, how do you have a guy like Aaron and you don't go make sure beforehand, you aren't going out of your way to make sure that he knows that he's loved, that they want him there, that we may be taking a quarterback in the first round, we want to make sure you're okay with it, this is maybe what we're doing, we're thinking, I mean, how you haven't treated.
So first off, let's just say I like Alex Smith.
Yeah, me too.
I also think that @J_Lotto has his own opinions on that, but just from that comment next to it.
What does the comment say? What does the comment say?
It's called business because that's in capitals.
Yep.
It's not personal. Doing business isn't always polite or political. Sometimes it's harsh and legal. Fuck your feelings. What's funny to me
I like it.
is the fact that he said that and said fuck your feelings, but he's changed fuck to FVCK because he doesn't want to say the actual word fuck.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a oxymoron. What you think? Fuck your feelings, but I'm just going to change fuck so I don't.
Yeah, or he's just-
I don't want
or he's
anyone
just-
to be offended.
Hey, I just
Or
want
you could
to
just be an-
business.
You could just be an
Like-
internet idiot.
great Instagram page too, Wizkins. He's a Washington football team fan, but I do like his Instagram page.
And this goes on to say, like we were discussing, where Alex Smith says, "Yes, I was told by my team this is going to happen," and
that they were going to draft Patrick Mahomes.
and I believe it. I just, again, like he really emphasized. And by the way, this interview really made me love Alex Smith.
Oh,
and I already.
I'm so glad I didn't see this Alex Smith in any type of like solid interview. I didn't give a fuck about Alex Smith, and then I watched this. I'm like, oh, I actually kind of like the guy. And that's how the bandwagon boy approaches life. I find somebody I like, and then I take it.
I mean, I
You're a
think.
player fan.
I'm a play 100%. I'm a
He
player
is,
fan.
which is fine.
I mean, Alex Smith played on enough teams that we could all get one of his jerseys.
yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I would say
Shotgun
that for
the Redskin, or I mean the football team one, not.
I feel like I want to
get it anymore.
I
feel
can't wear red.
No, red,
No.
maroon just does not
No.
go well with me.
No.
I was going to do that for Jeff Garcia. I was going to own every single Jeff Garcia jersey.
That'd be
And then
great.
one day a week, I'd wear a different Garcia jersey.
Would you start off with the Calgary Stampeders, Jeff Garcia?
Oh, for sure.
I think there's a picture actually, just super. Now we're going way over here.
Okay, as you're finding the picture, though, so back to it. What do we think a quarterback should be involved in?
I don't think I don't think they should have any say in who gets drafted. And I'm just saying this because I honestly think, and we've been lucky. I think the Cowboys have actually went out of their way to draft for their quarterbacks. Like they built Tony Romo, one of the best offensive lines in the last 20 years. And then Romo kind of got hurt, and Dak got to take over that offensive line. And then they have all these great receivers. So I think the Cowboys do draft with the intentions of their quarterback. So why do you got to go and ask? I don't think you need to ask your star player what you should do in the draft.
Yeah.
I think my take on it is it would really all depend on where they are. So maybe Dak is not at that point in his career, 4 or 5 years in, that I think he's ready to come and start sitting at the table and make executive decisions.
Do you think that the OC would find that a bit of a kick in the teeth if he was suddenly didn't have full?
Yeah.
He wasn't fully in charge of the offense?
I think they need to be, regardless of that upper decision. I think you want your QB and your OC to be in sync,
Yeah, right.
regardless. But I think I think it's just a time thing. Like, if Rodgers had, I would definitely be taking his opinion over Dak's, and nothing against Dak.
No, for sure.
It's just years in the league.
But what do you think? What do you think a
Favreau.
fucking quarterback is going to say? Get me a top receiver. Get me a top left tackle.
Of course. Yeah,
they're going to
yeah.
say that every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
If a coach in Seattle can't look at the numbers and see that Russell Wilson's been sacked the most in the last 5 years and decide to draft a fucking offensive lineman, do you think Russell Wilson saying, "Oh, I think we should take an O lineman"? Do you think that's going to make them take one?
Well, let's look at Green Bay right now. He has not only the number one, arguably, wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
He also has
A great running back.
a very high quality running back that is top 5 in fantasy. Like,
is.
This is my problem. I have Devante Adams and Aaron Jones on my fantasy team. I've got to let them go this year.
both of them.
They're going back in the mix.
Too expensive?
Too expensive.
Yeah, fair.
Too
And
expensive.
too many question marks
Yes.
with Rodgers.
I
Sure.
can't afford to keep him.
No, you're
Anyways,
right.
real quick,
I
before,
mean, well, let's just take a moment to appreciate
That's McCoy.
that flow that Aaron Rodgers has.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a good-looking man.
his
I'll
flow-
admit it.
his
I'll be
flow
the
right now?
I'll be the first to admit it.
when did he
You're
break
not
up
the
with
first to admit
when did he break up with
Oh, those are McCowns.
Yes.
The
Oh,
actress.
Josh McCown. Yeah, but we talked about he's a journeyman. Josh McCown's
No,
a
no,
journeyman.
that's journeyman.
When did Aaron Rodgers break up with the car racing girl?
I didn't even know he. I don't know.
Rhonda Patrick or
Danica
whatever?
Patrick?
Yeah,
I didn't even know he was with the race car driving
Anyway.
girl.
Sorry.
Can you live outside of the Dallas Cowboys there, Aaron?
No way.
I can't actually. There's a lot of the
Can
time.
you enter the world of TMZ just once?
There's a lot of the time. Like I'll keep up with NFL news, but
I don't know what when we launched the Bandwagon Boys podcast. I don't know how you're going to keep up.
I'll keep up.
This is just a funny picture, guys. Josh McCown's daughter.
Those
with
are
her
all
friends.
his. Oh, I was gonna say
No,
those
no.
are all his daughters.
No, but this.
A little bit weird that all of daughter's friends are wearing a jersey.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know if it was a Jersey day, but I mean, I love a quarterback. This is like what I was mentioning earlier. Josh McCown must have some other thing that he brings to a team, where he's like wanted by all these teams. Because there's just too many new young guys that you could bring in to test out to see if they're the next Tom Brady.
They did try doing that, and he would always beat out the other guy.
Well,
right?
that's
for a second string.
That because it goes to the question, and that kind of goes back to what we were talking about with the Cowboys at the start. It's better to take somebody who's been in the league and has some snaps in this case under their belt, because going from college to the NFL is a big jump. So they don't want to take the risk when there's that much money on the table. When there's that much at stake, you want to have at
But
least
then
somebody.
you never know, they might come good later, like Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Great journeyman.
And now starter.
And has just had
And
such
he's
just had such an unfair
I love that-
fucking
I love that
shake.
guy.
I do
Yeah.
too. And I hate that he's playing for the Washington football team because they're already a scary team, and I think Fitzmagic could just be that little fairy dust that fucking puts them over the top.
Yeah, he's
a gamer, man. That guy's a fucking he's a quarterback that will dive head first.
So at the end of the day, Dak, I mean, regardless, we're in the type of NFL now where it's like, I don't even know that you have 2 years, to be quite honest. It's not really fair. It doesn't seem like any sort of quarterback or coach is going to have 2 years of bad,
Yeah.
right before the.
Back to your original question, though, I don't think star players should have a say in the draft process. They can have an opinion, but I don't think they should have like a.
I mean, I think we're all in agreement
vote
that if
in
it
it.
comes right down to affecting their immediate position, they should, as common courtesy, if you're wanting to build that strong team bond, you would actually, or GM to, they're not just going to say to someone like Dak, hey, we're paying you all this money, go out there and throw the ball.
No.
They'll probably say, hey, what do you think? If he's not gelling with the offensive coordinator, well, that's your star QB that you're paying a lot of money to. You're definitely going to weigh in on what he wants.
They're going to talk to them. It's mostly to stroke their egos. That's it.
Look,
I don't think they have a say. I think they're going to talk to their quarterback so they don't get disgruntled. But at the end of the day, the quarterback's there to play quarterback, and the coaching staff and the front office personnel is there to make the decisions.
It's also really rough on the rest of your team, just to bring up the Rodgers point of view. Because Dak said, if I can just bring this up, I trust the people around here that have those titles and have those positions to do what they need to do. I think that's a really good answer for
Sounds like a guy who's getting paid a lot of money.
Sounds like a company man.
Sounds like a company man.
But I just got paid $160 million. Why the fuck would I bitch?
Why did Dak get paid all that money? Because of that answer.
100%.
And what does that say, though, about, like, that's a great answer because it's totally corporate and off the table.
Rodgers is at the end of his career, so he doesn't give a fuck.
No, but
exactly. Does it kind of piss off? It's like your O-line might be like, hey, man, like, I think we're pretty damn good. And
I think it's more that he's calling out the front office. He's not calling out his teammates. Right. I think that's...
Well,
so, I don't know about that.
I mean, look, anybody else on the team, except for maybe a star wideout or a star running back, is going to hear Dak say that and be like, yeah, I totally agree with you on that comment.
You're right. He never called out anyone on the team. I'm just wondering if that, like, if it could get taken where it's like, well,
taken the wrong way, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, what's next?
These guys are all getting paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, let's get off of this. Holy shit, we've been camping. It's like we're playing some first person shooters. We've been camping on some motherfuckers today.
Here's a fun one that's a little bit off of our. It's still on the Cowboys radar, but this Julio Jones interview with Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, so
give us a setup.
Well, so I think it was last Sunday. So after we filmed on Saturday, so it couldn't get brought up in last week's podcast. Julio Jones was spotted with a fan and had his picture taken, and he was wearing a Dallas Cowboys hoodie.
Let's go, baby.
In the picture.
Was this pre or post this interview?
Pre-interview.
Okay.
So this is what obviously spurred the interview. But so with Julio Jones, trades rumors going on, seeing him in the Dallas Cowboys hoodie, everyone goes, "Oh my God, is there?"
But without that, not a big deal. He's just wearing a Dallas Cowboys. I mean, it's not. You don't want to see it. But
you don't want to see it, but he's not happy in Atlanta. You think, "Oh man, maybe there's something to this, some merit to this. Maybe the Cowboys have been in talks with him."
It's tossing out a flag.
So then he, on Undisputed with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe called Julio Jones, and Julio Jones didn't know he was on air. So Shannon Sharpe
thought it was just a phone call.
He thought it was just a phone call. So Shannon Sharpe's talking to him, and he goes, "Hey man, what's going on? Like something about you want out of Atlanta, or you're in Atlanta." He goes, "Yeah, but I'm not staying here. Like I'm out this year." So then he goes, "Do you want to play for the Cowboys?" And he goes, "Man, I just want to win." And then Shannon Sharpe was like, "Well then, you don't want to go to the Cowboys." Fuck you, Shannon.
Oh,
so that's what was said. That's why. So he didn't indirectly say he didn't want to go to the Cowboys, but it was kind of spun that way. He just basically said he's not going to be playing in Atlanta, and that he just wants to win football games. So that ties in with Dallas, obviously, because there was a bunch of speculation that everyone was going crazy on social media saying, well, we could trade this guy for this guy and a second-round pick of next year for Julio Jones,
But wasn't Nook tweeting things like they want to restructure his contract in Arizona to get Julio there?
Yeah.
That was like the week before.
That's the thing. Like,
so what's going on with that? Has that got no wheels?
Oh, it does, and that's the thing. So I dove into the Julio Jones thing a bit. He probably won't get traded till after June 1st, because right now he counts $23 million against the cap. After June 1st, he's only $15 million. So you won't see any movement on it until after June 1st. But there's like, it's basically said, you'll see an article, teams that are interested in Julio Jones, and it's literally like 2/3 of the NFL. Because why wouldn't you be, right? Yeah. So who knows where he's going to go? I don't think it's going to be Dallas.
How much of a bitch move is that, though? Like, do you think he'll ever take another call from Shannon? Well, okay, Sharpe?
So and you can hear in the interview, you can hear like the host, the chick that hosts, she goes, "Tell him that we're on the air," and then Shannon doesn't say anything, and he keeps talking.
Oh,
and then
he purposely didn't tell him.
And then at the very end, Shannon Sharpe was like, "Oh yeah, and we're on air right now," but they had already said everything.
Jesus.
So
here's per my media source. This is from
Pat McCarthy.
I thought you were saying your media source. I was like, okay, AJ's got some media sources.
Per my media source, Pat McCarthy of the Pat McCarthy Show. So
which is on the zone.
They did not know Fox, Julio. Nobody knew what was happening, and that is why we have seen the actions out of Fox. We've not seen. Basically, he's saying Fox has not reposted anything from this
Yeah, because
moment
Shannon Sharp just did it on the
on the fly. Yeah,
on the fly.
Now that is fucking, excuse my French,
Is greasy.
That's super greasy, and I don't respect that at all.
I
That's
don't like Shannon Sharp.
No. That's why you
Why
can't
not?
like.
I just don't. Reasons like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says right there, you got to have two-party consent in California,
Yeah.
which means you got to tell the person
That
that
you're
you're
being
recording
filmed,
Because
yeah.
in some states and some countries, there is no two-party consent.
But is agreeing to be on an interview
If
consent?
if
I
you're
don't know.
But did he?
He didn't.
Did
It was
he
a phone
agree,
call.
though? It was a phone call, right?
He just called him. He
Oh.
didn't say, "Hey, I'm interviewing you here." He called him.
shit.
Like if I were to call you right now
Okay,
and just asked him, but they were on air and he didn't tell him. That's why the host was like, "Hey, tell him we're on air," and then he said it at the very end after he'd already had the conversation.
Yeah, crap. Okay, and I see that actually quite a bit on podcasts that I watch where people will call them, but they usually always
Tell 'em
will
at the
say,
start.
"Hey, just so you know, we're on this."
Yeah. That didn't
podcast or
happen.
whatever.
I think the year that the Seahawks played the Cardinals in Arizona, was it the Seahawks versus the Cardinals in Arizona? Yes, I was down there for a trip during Super Bowl.
What are you
week.
talking about? Super Bowl?
Yeah, Super
Seattle
Bowl.
and Arizona are in the same division.
Sorry, Arizona. The year it was in Arizona.
So Seattle versus probably Denver.
It was it wasn't Arizona. Seattle versus Denver. I feel like I want to, and I'm going to butcher this, but the
probably.
story.
Too late.
So we went to this just through work. We got to go to this NFL players party. And Shannon Sharp was there. Didn't get to go near him. But when I went to the bathroom, the running back for Green Bay,
Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy, he went in. He was in there. And
Which version of Eddie Lacy?
the long-haired Eddie Lacy,
Heavy Lacy or
Heavy Lacy.
Heavy Lacy. I was peeing at the urinal.
I hope you didn't let him see your tiny little.
No. He definitely didn't see my wiener. But when he went up to the thing, he just unzipped and he stood there.
Took
and
a step back.
He basically put his hands up. He put his hands up and he didn't touch. I don't think he touched his wang. But then he left. He didn't wash his hands.
Look,
Wait.
Eddie Lacy.
When you say put his hands up, do you mean like lent on the wall, or just like in the air?
Party trick.
Like I can't.
just dropped- dropped
Alleged.
trowel and-
This is all allegedly.
Well, no wonder he didn't wash his hands. They were up there.
Yeah, that's true.
This is all allegedly. So he. I don't know if he touched the wall
What
or
do you mean
whatever.
allegedly? You were
You were
standing there
there. Tell
watching.
us.
I know, but it was at a peripheral because I didn't want to get caught.
You were looking.
I
Come
would
on.
have full on just been looking.
I didn't want to get caught looking, but so I just remember him like it was almost like he was standing like this up against the wall like that, and then he like zipped up, and then he left, and I remember being like, Eddie Lacy just came in here, took a Wazinski, and he didn't wash his hands.
Next time you
didn't-
see him, he's just like reaching through the sushi, like trying to find the best piece of sushi.
Was there a sushi buffet at this?
Yeah.
time?
Probably.
Yeah, there was food there
Digging
for sure.
through all the
Yeah.
chips.
Look
like,
at this
Just
heavy.
the bar nuts.
Yeah, it was like Barna. It was at some. I don't even. You know.
He looks pretty good there.
He looks good there, but then like this is like amazing. Like how is he not breaking
Find a
his
picture
legs?
with his hands in the air. And guess what he's doing?
Okay.
But that's what I was saying. Like I was down in Arizona when the Hawks were down there, and just being around
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp was amazing.
Was it?
No, I mean like I saw him sitting at a table with a bunch of people.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Okay, we got a good what would Jerry do?
Okay,
Should
taking
we-
it home, 53-minute marker, ending it off with what would Jerry do?
What
would Jerry do?
All right, settle down.
What would Jerry do in the situation where he saw Eddie Lacy taking a piss? Eddie, you taking a piss like that?
No, he'd be like, Eddie, you wash your hands. He would tell him.
Yeah. So Alex hits it, and then he hits the what would Jerry do, and then he goes and grabs a beer.
Oh yeah,
a
I
nude.
got it. I'm getting ready.
Yeah, get it in there.
Oh, crack that shit, soldier boy.
We're trying to keep the. I don't know why. I'm not trying to rush. We're just trying to keep them around an hour mark.
That's fine.
When we started, we were like 20 to 30 minutes. We'll
Yeah.
keep them nice and hot.
if we're on the pace, we'll be by season. We'll have like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly,
We're still under. We're still under.
At
So we're
least by
doing good.
episode 20, you've got time to name those 20 people. You've got like 6 hours. You got plenty of time. Take a nap.
the first person to DM us right now that you heard us say this at this moment, we'll hook you up with something
Yeah, we'll send you something.
just to show that you're a true fan.
We'll send you
Yeah, yeah.
something, a thumbs up emoji.
What should they do? And if you listen to this point, I guess message.
DM.
I don't think we have to worry about it. I literally do not think
No one's
anyone's
gonna
at
make
this
it.
Dennis,
point.
the first person to contact us on something, you're gonna get that.
It'll be me.
That scraggly hat up there above Steve's head.
No, that's a
Yeah.
prop, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
just
prop.
say message the
Oh,
word
it's a
hat.
snapback.
Yeah.
So adjustable.
fits anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
Either
it fits
leave,
like a dad hat.
either leave in the comments hat or just send IG or DM our IG.
DM or IG hat.
And we'll-
Are you just saying like letters?
It's just like DM or IG hat B42. Okay, let's
Okay,
hear it. What would Jerry do?
Jerry Jones has a he's got this magic crystal ball he's always carrying around. That's how we come up with these theories and these hypotheticals. And in this one, he gets to remove, delete, erase, or change any NFL rule. So the rule has to be in place, and he's able to change or remove it. Any rule in the NFL.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna let's hear it from you, Anth. Best first.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Kind of on the spot.
Do you want me to go? Because I
Yeah,
have
you
an
go.
idea.
Do you have an idea? You go.
I
You
feel,
go.
I feel like these hard. This is a hard. What would Jerry do? Because
Do,
it's like
do I need
specific.
to know the rules?
No, just it's better if you don't.
It's kind of better, but I did pull up the 5 rules, and it sparked this for me. The one is the first one here is the ground cannot cause a fumble.
I was looking at
I
the same thing as you.
100% believe Jerry Jones would go in, and either way, just want to clear a real clear line of the Des Bryant catch.
So that wasn't. So that they're kind of different rules.
Okay.
So this rule here, this rule here, this rule here, like say I'm running with the football, and you tackle my legs, and as I'm falling, my hand hits the ground and the ball pops out. Right, that would be the ground was causing the fumble. Whereas the Des Bryant thing, that was just an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
Don't be an
Okay,
idiot.
wait,
don't make
Des
us like
Bryant
a,
thing?
Don't be an idiot
I'm
next
kidding.
time.
I was gonna say, are you just rubbing fucking salt?
kidding.
You're
I'm
rubbing
kidding.
salt.
So then that's the
that's
one.
like-
That's the one I would want to. I think they did change that.
They did
though.
change it, so
Okay.
and now they say it. They're like, now with the way we've went over NFL rules, the Des Bryant catch would have been a catch. It's like, well, fuck, man, get fucked. Like,
Wait
Well,
a
hey.
second. So there's specific rules that you're looking at.
No.
there?
I'm just saying. I
I think a rule that Jerry would change is that opposing teams that play the Cowboys are allowed to play a quarterback. I think he would definitely change that rule. So it just gets snapped to no one.
just in the back.
No, it
just-
gets
safety,
snapped to their wideout.
Jerry wins.
It can go to your running. It can go to your running back or your wide receiver.
You have men there, just one less.
Yeah, one
deal
less.
with it.
Deal with it.
Can't
You'll
have
figure
it.
it
I
out.
changed the rule. That's it.
You know what? I'll say this. I think. What's the rule with the not late hits on the quarter? Yeah, whatever late hit on the quarterback. I think he would eliminate that rule.
You think he's going to let his new $160 million quarterback just get hit whenever?
Okay.
Absolutely, because he's going to look at me and he's going to say, "That's football, baby."
No, this is a.
It's my.
Jerry does have a risky look in his eyes with his investments.
Or he changes it. I'm going to go off of
It's
what
a
you're
bold
saying.
move, Cotton.
See if it plays out. I'm going to say he actually tweaks the roughing the passer one and actually makes it that you can't touch the quarterback. So if you even touch a quarterback, it's a fucking roughing the passer.
Listen to me, you little pipsqueak. You even lay a pinky finger on Dak. Fuck you in the showers.
And we're at the 55-minute mark. The liquor's been flowing. We're at Jerry Jones fucking someone in the shower.
That was a pretty good Jerry Jones impersonation. I'm not gonna lie, that was fucking
It
good.
went from a what would Jerry? It's like what would Jerry do in prison? If Jerry was in
What would Jerry do in prison?
and he was running a squad of people, that's how he would come up to someone. And like if like put Jerry Jones in prison and instead of Burt Reynolds in the remake of The Longest Yard,
Totally.
it's Jerry Jones and he's Burt Reynolds' character. That's what would happen. He's
Jerry
like,
Jones would definitely be the
The warden?
No, he
No
would definitely
way.
be the fire starter guy who kills Who kills Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
Yeah, he would be that guy. That's Jerry Jones.
And
We're talking about the remake too, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to clear it up. If you're talking about Burt Reynolds in the first one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I said the remake. I said Burt Reynolds remake.
Right, yeah.
All right, before we get into more prison sex stories, I'm gonna call us out here. Steve, thanks for being on the third. You know what?
Yeah.
You're our longest tenured guest.
I got tenure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come
and then
back.
you got my Bandwagon Boyz over there. Love you guys.
What up?
And Big Hud's gonna play us out. I'm your boy Anth. We'll see you next week. Catch us on Tuesdays.
Holla, holla, holla.